Just had a couple questions.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Sometimes I get a thing that people say I look older, but I'm about 23 years old and about to get married in May. And I've seen what you've been able to
Congratulations.
build. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Seen what you've been able to build. Very aspirational. Obviously, we all do things our own different way.
Yes.
But as I look around and I say, like, I see wanting to, I do audio editing and stuff on the side,
Okay.
wanting to build that up more, wanting to pay down debts more, obviously,
Hmm.
and wanting to build up kind of different things. My fiance wants to work in music and other things like that. Do you think it's possible to do all those kind of things at the same time, or would you take a more regimented approach to those things?
So walk me through it again. You said audio. You do audio editing, and then
Mhm.
what are the other two things that you're looking at?
From like a household perspective, looking at paying down our debts, like student
Okay.
loans,
So getting out
stuff
of
like
debt,
that,
getting debt free. Okay. And what else?
and then balancing that with wanting to enjoy the years that we have being just us, no
Hmm.
kids,
Hmm.
wanting to be able to travel, all that kind of thing.
Oh, to be able to travel. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You kind of want it
I,
all,
I,
my G.
I
This
do, I
man
do,
said,
I
I'm
do.
trying to build a business, get out of debt, and go travel the world and go backpacking through Europe. I
Well,
love it,
yeah, I'm
man. Okay. So how long y'all been
game.
married? How long y'all been married?
No. We get married in
You're getting married. Okay.
May. Yeah, we get married in about
And
a month.
okay, congratulations. And how long do you guys want to wait until you have kids?
See, that's the thing. We're looking about 5 years. So I would be 28 ish at the time.
Okay. And where do you guys live?
We're gonna be in Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville. Okay. Hey, you want to see something crazy? 67% of the people who watch this channel are not subscribed. Do me a quick favor, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you stay up to date on all the videos here on the Bless God Studios channel. And what do you guys do for work?
I'm a marketing communications coordinator at a university, and
Awesome.
she does billing and client relations at like a touring rehearsal space.
Cool. And you guys are done with college. These are like good paying jobs. You're making a livable wage.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And how much debt do you guys have? You don't got to give me the exact amount, but ballpark. Are we talking $400,000 or are we talking $40,000?
No, definitely not 400. Altogether, we're looking closer to that 40, 50 mark.
Okay, okay, yeah, that's light. Okay, and what is the dream? Like, what is like? Snap your fingers, and man, if I could be doing X, Y, Z in 10 years, it doesn't have to be exact, but like, what is the thing that you're hoping for? Doing something in creative entrepreneurship, something around media, music, art, video, and you guys are both on the same page with that. You guys both want to do that.
Yeah, we both want to do that. She's more invested in that kind of music side.
Okay,
If I could snap my finger, we would be running a company that's able to platform not just ourselves but also other creatives and give them exposure, give them resources, things like that.
got you. Okay, okay, so what I don't want to do is speak in objective, absolute terms for something that can be overgeneralized over the internet without knowing your guys' personalities and knowing how much money you make. And right, I don't want to do that. I can speak to what we did, which is we did approach our debt with our jobs and going
Hmm.
working as much as we could, and I built my music stuff on the side as a business. Like it had to be monetized. Meaning,
Hmm.
like I sat my wife down and I said, it was December 31st, 2010. It's my birthday. It's December 31st. And I told her, I said, we cannot be in the same spot with music next year that we are this year. And if we're in the same spot and we haven't made any money, I haven't made any money, you got to tell me to stop. Like you
Hmm.
got to, because I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to keep going. You got to tell me to stop. And so that forced me, giving myself a year, that forced me to figure out the business side, to figure out the mechanic side, to figure out the infrastructure, to figure out. And I'm not saying we went from zero to $100,000 a year that year, but we did go from like zero to like 35,000, something like that. Well, it wasn't even zero. We'd say we went from like 5 to 10K to like 30K, right? And then we went into the next year with like 30 shows booked, and going into 2012 like really strong. And I made the most amount of money I'd ever made from music in 2012 up until that point. And that actually helped us get out of debt because we just threw everything we had that was coming in from the music on top of like a couple $1,000s a month from our jobs on our debt. And so we paid off $45,000 in 18 months. That was what we did. And our expenses were like our actual month, our rent was like 1,100, food, that's what our expenses weren't super crazy. So just say we were living off of 2,000 a month, but we were making 5,000-6,000 a month, and we just threw everything we could. I think there's something to that intensity and just locking in on one thing, being super myopic. Now, remember, I never stopped making music. I actually just went harder with music. And I said, if I'm going to do this, this has to be a side hustle. This has to be a source of income, or it's a hobby. And I don't got the time to be in a bowling league right now.
No.
Right? I'm not mad at anybody that want to be in a bowling league. Some of you guys love bowling. Some of you guys love to be in a rec basketball league. Some of you guys, right? Nope. The season I'm in is a Proverbs 6 season, which I have to have gazelle intensity. I got to go super hard. And I didn't have time for hobbies. I didn't really have time for friends, right? And it wasn't indefinitely. It was just for a season, right? And since then, I've gone basketball leagues and had hobbies and stuff. But in that season, man, we just locked in. We went super hard. Hey, you may not know I make music, but I have a brand new song that just came out. Here's a quick preview.
In a moment, I gotta overcompensate by building tabernacles. Why the world is rubbernecking Eve wanting an Adam's apple. Whoa there, why you wanna go there? Time to shut the door, cause we letting out all the cold air.
Yo, Double R back, baby. It's not for Rolls Royce, it's for Rap Ruslan. Let's get it.
So hit the link in the description or go to RuslanToTheMoon.com to stream now. I'll see you over there.
Why you wanna go there?
And believe it or not, that intensity helped me continue with music, because then I just transferred that intensity and just said, well, I'm just gonna keep going super hard. I'm gonna keep going like my life depends on it. Like I got to figure this out, right? Like, and so that intensity helped me. Now, again, you guys might be different. Your life might be different. So I don't think it's like, can I build a business on the side or can I get debt free? I think it's and both. I think you get debt free and you build a business on the side, but you are gonna have to sacrifice something. You're not gonna be able to go backpacking through Europe with $50,000 in debt. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just. And so we didn't do any vacations. We didn't do anything through that year. And then once we got out of debt, we took a trip to Rome. We took a trip to Paris. We went to New York. We went to Chicago. We went to Atlanta. We went to Dallas. We went to everywhere, and then we had a baby. You know what I mean? So that was like our process. So I would say you could do both. I don't recommend you go travel and do all this stuff. Like, I think you could figure that out, get the debt free, start building the business on the side, and then go travel and then have the baby. And our timeline was very similar. We were married 6 years before our first baby came. And so we were able to get out of debt. We were able to save 6 months of living expenses. We were able to travel the places we wanted to travel to. And then we had a baby. And then my wife came home and we were able to afford to get her to stay home, right? Because we had that no overhead. There was no overhead. We were living very restrained lives. So our overhead went from $2,000 a month to $3,000 a month, but I could scrape together $3,000 a month. You know what I mean? And we could still put money in savings. And then when I transitioned to being an entrepreneur, we did like deplete our savings big time. You know what I mean? And so, is that helpful?
Yeah, no, I would definitely say so. I know I can be you can maybe tell by all the things I wanted, I can be a little bit of like I kind of want everything now and I'm gonna go for it. But sometimes, if you're not careful, that can lead to you tripping. And the closer I get to actually getting married, I'm like, I can't afford to just make a foolish decision and be tripping around like that, especially when it comes to finance and that kind of thing. But I appreciate it.
And that doesn't mean you guys can't take a honeymoon, right? Like go take a honeymoon, like enjoy that initial season and all that kind of stuff. But in terms of like going on trips regularly, and really look at like Dave Ramsey stuff. Like Dave Ramsey has a quote that I still live by, which is like, live like no one else, so later you can live and give like no one else. So like we take multiple trips a year now. You know what I mean? Me and my son are taking a Father's Day trip. We can potentially take a trip to Colorado that's all paid for. We're looking at a trip to Cabo in August. We travel a lot now, but it's totally different because we're debt free. We're making more money and that kind of thing. So just know that in order to be successful at anything, you have to develop the ability to delay gratification. You want to travel now? I hear you, but it's going to be way better when you're debt free, when you're making better money, when you're stable and traveling then. Thank you, man. I appreciate you calling in, brother. Thank you for your support.
Yep, appreciate you.
All right. Hey, this clip is from our daily after party stream. If you enjoyed it, consider signing up for our Patreon community for only $5 a month, where you get access to the replays of our daily after party streams, as well as the uncut extended versions of our podcast, Discord access that's private, and a discount code for our merch store, only $5 a month. And ultimately, it's the best way to help us contextualize the gospel of Jesus using media, podcasting, and of course, YouTube. The link for that is in the description or in the pinned comment. The perks are amazing. You should get on there. It's only $5 a month. I'll see you over there, all right? Peace.